Hi there, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be giving you my Microloc update. Like, it's been a while since I gave an update, and I think the last time I gave an update was when they were like 7 months. Okay, so right now let me count. I started my locs on December 27th. Okay, so by January it started counting. We're in November now. Okay, and November is the 11th month since I started my locs. I just have a quick update that I want to give. Okay, I don't really have much difference in what I am doing, but number one is that when it comes to washing, I have become conscious of the effect of not braiding and binding the locks. Okay, so believe it or not, it has its effect if you don't braid and bind your loc, especially if the hair is not completely locked now. Okay, like I observed with my own, most of them are not completely locked. It's not as soft as it used to be, so I am binding and braiding now in order to avoid much frizz, because the frizz could be quite annoying actually, especially when you're trying to achieve a sleek look. All right, it is much difficult for me because when I was loose natural and I permed my hair, I used to make ponytail hairstyle a lot, and when I braid my hair I find myself packing it all back and all that. So it's something that I'm used to, and it is the look that I'm used to. So trying to change and transform into kind of a carefree, kind of rough look, it's a bit difficult for me to adjust to, but it's all good, it's okay, because of course I know what I'm doing. I started it, okay, so I wanted it and I started it, so I'm trying to adjust to the difference in look, you know, compared to what it was before. Then another thing, that there was one thing again that I did, all right, that made me to like, no, I'm not going to be washing my hair without binding and braiding, is that I kind of wash my hair like a week, 2 weeks interval. So there was a day I wanted to go out, so I kind of just like interlock the front. I palm rolled like some of the locks to make them to look smoother, and twisted the strand on them to make it to look, so they were looking like smooth. Then I don't know, I just forgot about the whole thing I did. I think the next day or 2 days after, I went and washed my hair, just the hair. I was not even particular about the scalp, and by the time I dried it, it was all looking very rough again and frizzy, and I was like, what happened? I thought I did this hair recently. Believe me, sincerely, I was so confused. I had forgotten completely that the washing was what caused the whole frizzy and rough look all over again. So learn from my experience. You want to make sure that you wash your hair, clean it before you prepare it for whatever occasion, before you interlock, before you retwist. Like, it's a general thing, quite alright, but sometimes you tend to just forget such things sometimes. Then another thing again is that I have not stopped using rose water in my water. Like, I don't use rose water alone like that. I just add a little of it to my water that I use to spray the lock. So I am still on rose water. Another thing that I have added is that instead of the olive oil that I started with, I kind of ran out of olive oil, and I visited the nearest beauty store around me to get another oil. Okay, like get olive oil, maybe another oil, and then I came across cotton baby oil. When I went through the content, I discovered that it has rose oil and almond oil, and I felt, wow, this is a good combination and I should try it. So I bought it, and the price was also affordable, quite affordable. When I got home, I added the tea tree oil, which I have been using for the past like 5 months now. Okay, like before my locks were 7 months, I started using tea tree oil. So I added tea tree oil to the cousin baby oil that I bought. And then another thing I noticed about the oil is that it's kind of light, just as light as the type of oil that is suitable for locks. So I was like in luck. I started using it, and believe me, sincerely, I have not observed anything that could cause any alarm or whatsoever. I have not even been itching, like maybe I was expecting that the oil is not suitable and all. It worked perfectly well. It is light, and I felt comfortable with the fact that it has the rose oil and almond oil essential, which are the things good for hair growth and scalp treatment as well. No regret so far, no regret. And as for itching, I have not been observing itching. I do itch like once in a while, but it is far in between, such that I cannot even remember the last time my scalp itched me, and I am not seeing any scaly or dry scalp ever since. So as for that, I am quite comfortable. I even asked my hubby to get me the oil again, but because when I bought it the last time, I emptied the oil inside this container. Okay, like the volume is more than that of this container actually, but after a while I emptied it and I disposed of the container. So by the time I sent my hubby to like get more for me, I could not remember the name. I didn't remember it was costing. I thought it was Pears or something like that. So he came home and bought Pears baby oil for me, but I noticed that Pears baby oil is thicker than cousin baby oil, and because of that I'm not so comfortable with it, though I just added a little with the tea tree oil, and I'm using it for now, but I'm going to make sure that I get the cousin baby oil back, because one thing I like about it is that it is affordable. Most of the oils that are recommended for locks actually are like on the high side, and I don't want to start using oil that I know that I might not be able to like get access to it or afford it every now and then. So I want to stick with something that is going to be comfortable and easy for me to access. Okay, so that is that. As for length retention, yes, I am kind of having some of the locks are quite like long now. Like, let me adjust this. Like, I have a few of my locks that are very long, okay, and there are some like at the front that are not so long, like this one, not so long, but I have a couple of the locks that are quite long, and the ones at the back are still short, but most of the long ones are like in the middle. The locks are like growing quite alright, and I noticed that ever since I removed the lock extension, I've found it a bit easier to pack and adjust to compare to how it was before I added the lock extension. It only shows that the hair has grown a bit longer. So that is all the observation that I have right now. As for what's next, we are yet to see. So I hope you picked one or two things and this video is of value to you today. Thank you guys for tuning in once again. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, okay? Subscribe to my channel if you have the same length of lock. If you are a starter lock, like a beginner like me, not so long, let's stay together and pick one or two things from one another. Stay blessed, stay beautiful, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.